So, as some of you might have realized, Rocket League is now free to play across all platforms and consoles. This is absolutely incredible because more people will be coming to the game and joining the community. As someone who's been the highest rank in Rocket League for just over a year now, I thought it might be really helpful to share with you guys my top 8 tips that I've learned throughout my time playing that have helped me to improve. So if you're just starting out in Rocket League, this is absolutely the video that you want to check out. If you're a little more experienced in Rocket League and you're looking for a more advanced video, you can check out this video that I'll link right here that has a little bit more advanced tips on how to climb up into those higher ranks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to let me know with a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content. I think that's all we got. Why don't we just get right into it? Probably the most important tip that I've learned as I've played Rocket League these past couple of years is that you need to prioritize improvement over your rank. And what I mean by this is that you need to focus on getting better each game instead of trying to keep a high rank that you're at. I remember when I was playing for several years, I would, hit a new rank and be so excited that I didn't want to play ranked anymore because I was afraid I would lose it. And that just led to me just kind of plateauing for a little bit and not playing more games and playing harder opponents and getting better. And so as you're playing, as you're starting out, don't worry about your rank. Just look into each game as an opportunity to get better and better as you're playing. Go for things that make you uncomfortable, do things that you don't really know how to do, because as you do those, you're going to get better at them and you're just going to overall improve as a player. Tip number 2 is that free play is your best friend. I cannot stress enough how important it is to be spending time in free play, just practicing things and trying to just improve your gameplay. Even if you're not wanting to take Rocket League super seriously, if you're wanting to get better at all, a big way that you can use free play is to just load into it while you're queuing for a game, so you're searching for a game. While you're waiting to load into the game, go into free play and hit the ball a couple times. This is a habit that I try to make very consistent when I play, because even getting a minute in between every game that you play is really going to add up over time. So I cannot stress this enough. Free play is absolutely your best friend to be practicing, any mechanics or just trying to hit the ball hard. Free play is an absolute must if you're trying to improve your gameplay. Tip number 3 is to utilize custom training as well as workshop maps. So if you would like to train specific things, or if there are any things that you realize you really want to get better at, then custom training is definitely the way to go for that. I mentioned free play in the previous tip, and this is pretty closely related to that, but if there is something specific that you want to focus on, custom training is definitely the way to go. If you're on console, you should be able to find just about anything in the custom training section of the game. You can look at things, anything from shooting to saves to a warm-up pack or anything like that. And as a bonus, if you are on PC, you'll be able to download workshop maps which people have created that can help you, again, just train specific things, anything you want to focus on. One of my favorites is the dribbling challenge that just kind of enables me to practice keeping the ball on top of my car and just trying to, get it over different things, maneuver around different obstacles and stuff like that. So custom training, very, very important. Would definitely recommend it if there's anything specific that you want to try to work on. For tip number 4, let's talk about camera settings. Now this isn't a huge deal because a lot of your camera settings come down to personal preference, but there are 2 things that I recommend everybody should do if you're trying to improve at Rocket League. Number 1 is to turn your camera shake off. So like you can see at the bottom, this enables screen shake effects. If I turn it on and hit the ball, you'll see my car or the camera move right as I hit it, right? I'll show you again. It just kind of shakes. And while it might look realistic, it's just a lot easier to hit it precisely if you turn it off. So if I turn it off and I come in on the ball, you'll see the camera doesn't move at all, which is just really nice. It's just really clean. You can do what you want with the ball. It's just a lot easier to be precise with it. The other thing I would highly recommend you do is increase your field of view all the way to 110 degrees. The field of view is basically how far you can see left and right when your car is in the middle of the screen. So if you turn it all the way down, you'll have a very small field of view, 60 degrees. Doesn't really look too great. I can't even do too much with the ball here. Oh man, yeah, it's just so hard. But if you turn it all the way up, obviously you can see more because your field of view is getting bigger. So now I can see really far left and right, as you can see, a lot farther than before. And so I would highly recommend turning that up to 110 degrees and then kind of playing with the rest to see what you'd like to do. Here's a picture of my settings that I found to be pretty nice, but like I said, everything comes down to personal preference. So I would recommend just playing around with them, see which settings work for you, and then kind of just sticking with those. Tip number 5 is that the best way to improve the fundamentals of your game in Rocket League is playing 1v1s. If you're just starting out in Rocket League, one of the best game modes you can play is 1v1s. The reason this game mode is so helpful for you to improve is because you have to be the one to score the goal, and you have to be the one to make the save if you want to win. Ones is going to help you improve at every aspect of your game. It's going to help your defense, it's going to help your offense, and it's also going to help you learn how to control the ball and even position yourself in a way that you can play well when you play 2s and 3s. Even though it might be one of the most frustrating game modes you can play, it's helpful if you try not to worry about whether you win or lose and just focus on improving. If you want a little more advanced tips for these kinds of things, I made another video earlier that I'll make sure to link right here that you can check out for a little bit more advanced tips where I also talk about 1v1s. Tip number 6 is to learn to hit the ball hard. What I mean by this is that you want to get very consistent at being able to hit the ball as hard as you can every time you have a chance to. The harder that you can hit the ball, the more likely it'll be that it will get by your opponent and you'll score the goal. The easiest way to practice this is to simply just go into free play and just hit the ball as hard as you can, as many times as you can. The last 2 tips are a bit more broad, but they're worth mentioning anyway. Tip number 7 is that the more you play, the better you'll get. This sounds obvious because it's true with getting better at just about anything, but I wanted to throw this in because it can be easy to get frustrated at yourself when you're not improving as quickly as you'd like to be. In all reality, you're probably not going to watch this video and instantly hit Supersonic Legend right after. It's going to take some time and some effort to see results. So don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy the game, and you'll get better as you play more and more games. This goes into our final tip, which is to learn to have a healthy mindset. While mechanics are very important, it is critical that you learn to enjoy the game and have a good mentality when you play. If you're trying to improve, be willing to be patient and give it time. Make sure you're having fun playing the game, and the growth will come naturally. Don't beat yourself up for making mistakes, but instead you should learn from them to better your gameplay. All the mechanics in the world will get you nowhere if you're not having the right mentality every time you're playing Rocket League. And that's it. Those are 8 tips that will help you improve as you're starting out in Rocket League. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to let me know with a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. If you want to ask me any more questions, or if you think I missed anything, you can let me know on my stream on Twitch every afternoon, Monday through Friday. I'll make sure to put a link in the description so you guys can check that out. Otherwise, that's all I got. I hope you know that Jesus loves you, and so do I. We'll see you in the next one.